Alright, y'all. Hey, the motto is, when you get better spiritually, everything else get better. When you get better spiritually, everything else gets better. Hey, I realize I have many gifts, right? And today, instead of teaching, I want to coach. And I want to coach someone into owning your energy. Owning your energy. Today's lesson is really going to be for those people who tend to maneuver in their weekday. They dread the Mondays. They don't really want to be at their job. They don't really have a mindset to where they are happy with themselves, right? They're not owning their energy. They're running away from their energy. They're ignoring their energy. They're repressing their energy because they don't want to own it, right? Remember, when you get better spiritually, everything else get better. Spirituality is not religion. Spirituality is simply your awareness of self. It's consciousness. It's the synonym of consciousness. This morning, I think I'm gonna upload this video today. Today is Sunday. This morning, I went to a car show, low key for the first time, and I seen some exotic ass cars, from Lamborghinis to Maybachs to Bentleys to old school to metal cars. I didn't know they made cars out of steel. I'm not sure why they make it out of plastic nowadays, but I went to this car show and I was fascinated with what I seen, right? And it kind of instilled a certain type of energy in me to the point where I felt as I can accomplish this. I asked one of the homies, like, yo, how much was your car? He told me 140K. Meanwhile, I was thinking it was close to $1 million. Right? Now, I'm not really a huge fan of sports cars, but I was fascinated by the energy in that atmosphere. It was outside, it was 8 in the morning. Oh, wow. Hey, I cracked my window open my balcony, because it was lucky warm in here, and it just blew open like this. The wind, it does feel good, I ain't gonna lie, but I don't want nothing flying in while I'm speaking this knowledge. So I asked him, what does he do to afford such a car? He told me that he does sales, insurance, I think. And I was like, oh, okay, that seems reasonable, because sales is no limit to how much you can make, right? So as I was walking around, taking pictures, enjoying the scenery at 8 in the morning on a Sunday, I decided to soak in all of that energy, all of that frequency from that space. I was amongst other individuals that not only enjoy the exotic vehicles, but also those people who own the car themselves to enjoy the fruit of their labor. They're allowing themselves to actually make the money and enjoy the vehicle. Make the money and enjoy the materialistic thing, whatever that is. Because you can't take the money with you, let's be honest. You feel me? So when I was in this atmosphere, one thing I instantly noticed was, when you are in a unique environment, it brings out a certain energy in you. When you are in a unique environment, come on, big energy, it brings out a certain energy in you. It can be inspiration, it can be excitement, it can be joy, it can be happiness, it can be intimidation for some people being around that atmosphere, right? It brings out a certain energy when you are amongst other people in different atmospheres. I have been amongst people that make more money than me, and it low-key did feel intimidating at times. I won't cap. I have been amongst people who don't make more money than me, and it was a little bit more comfortable, right? So to own my energy, I must accept all that it is, of my fears, of my excitement, of my joy, of all things that encompass who I am. So when you are preparing for this week, right, own the energy that you're going to be given in this week, because the environments that you are stepping in this week is simply because of where you are at in your journey. I have my whiteboard here. We own our energy, and the first point, the first principle to owning your energy is going within. Now, when you go within, and I'm not always referring to meditation, but when you go within and you understand your triggers, you understand those things that bother you. Understand those things that excite you. What the fuck excites you, my boy? Homegirl? Auntie? What excites you? What brings that energy out of you? Because whatever brings that out of you, or whatever diminishes it, it's owning you. You feel me? I have a great sense of peace, and that peace owns me. I embody it daily. I have a great sense of joy, and that joy owns me. I embody it daily. Once upon a time, I had I was indulging in the energy of procrastination, and that energy owned me. I wasn't owning it. I didn't own my energy. It owned me. Do you get the point that I'm telling you in this moment right now? You have to own your energy. You have to realize what are those things within me that brings me joy and that also brings me sadness and unhappiness. If I don't like where I'm at in my life and my job, I need to get about the business of changing my expression of energy and discovering what are those things that I want to be a part of. I need to change my atmosphere, even if it starts on the screen first, even if it starts on the television or on YouTube. Even if I can't physically be in a different atmosphere, I can start to shift my mind into being in an atmosphere by watching things on the internet, on YouTube. I watch luxury things all the time on YouTube. Just have it playing in the background. Why? Because that's the energy I want to embody, right? So another principle outside of going within, you understand that concept, right? Going within, understanding those things within your own energy that you dislike and like, and then fostering what you prefer by watching things on YouTube, social media that actually brings you zest and excitement and joy and all of those great things. Right? You want to create conviction. Now, one thing about owning your energy, you have to have emotion with it. You got to think, when you step into that job first thing Monday morning, how do you feel? What emotion has been created from you in that position? How do you feel? When I step into my place of work, 90% of the time, I feel pretty, what's the word I want to use? I feel alright. I feel good. I'll just say good to keep it simple. And I feel good because I work by myself. I don't have a big caseload. I have the energy it takes to operate in that atmosphere. So I'm not sad about going into work. You feel me? But when your energy is not positioned to operate in certain atmospheres, you're going to feel like you don't want to be there, and that energy is going to own you. But you have to own your own shit, own your own energy, right? Creating conviction means wherever I want to be, I'm investing all of my emotion into it, and I'm confident that this is the world that I'm choosing to be into. I'm confident that this is the reality that I want to do. Let me take a sip of my water, y'all. I've been drinking gallons of water. Consistently, because everybody know water good for you, you feel me? And a gallon helps me stay hydrated, because I know I got my fair share when it's all gone versus a bottle of water. All right, so yeah, you want to create conviction. When I was at that car show this morning, I didn't feel intimidated at all. I created conviction that I'm supposed to be there. I'm having a good time. One of these days, I'm going to experience such a look. I'm going to have the resources to purchase such a car, even if I don't want to buy it. I don't really care for sports cars. I have an SUV. You feel me? That's my scope. So really creating that conviction in whatever you want to be, whatever you're watching on YouTube, whatever luxury thing, whatever financial freedom you desire, the relationship that you desire, create conviction within yourself and tell yourself this is going to happen no matter what. I don't give a fuck how the economy looking. I don't give a fuck what my mentor is saying. I don't give a damn what my parents are saying. I don't care what my friends are saying. This is going to be my reality no matter what. You cannot talk. Listen, I have a Range Rover. And people tell me all the time that, oh, Range Rovers are not reliable. Do you own one? Do you own one? Do you have one in your driveway? Because you don't. You hear it on social media and you bring it to the stream, and you have this belief that Range Rovers are not reliable, but you don't have one. I love my Range Rover. It's dependable, it's reliable. That's not my belief or reality, right? So my conviction is so strong that my car is so dependable that everybody else's belief doesn't matter to me. Let's go to the next principle. Remember, we owning our energy. We're not allowing the energy to own us. Relentlessly moving the needle. I learned this low-key the hard way, right? Because on this board is also law of attraction. I don't know if you can see it that far. But once upon a time, I used to just meditate myself that's not like I said medicate, huh? I used to meditate, and I used to create a belief in my mind that I don't have to take action because everything will come to me. I used to think to myself like, okay, if I stay in this space, I don't have to really take action into what I want to do. And then I started to realize that action is the necessary step to move the needle. I have to relentlessly, right? So for instance, with the car show, I really wasn't just sitting on my couch and it came to me. It low-key did, but I came into this person who introduced me to a car show. He was like, bro, have you ever been to one? We should go together, right? So in a sense, his energy came to me based on where I was at in my life, in my world, but I already had the mindset that I wanted to try new experiences and I wanted to enjoy the luxurious things of Houston. So he came into my reality, right? So technically I took action by texting him back and setting it up and actually getting up at 8 in the morning. But that's the easy part, right? Bringing people into your world is going to be a reflection of your mind and the signals that you're sending out to receive. Everybody that you come across has a intentional purpose in your reality. They're not just random, especially the ones that's close to you. Everybody has an intentional purpose for seasons in your life. You may have a friend for a couple of months and they might not be friends with you after the fact because they served their season. You hear me? So you want to relentlessly move the needle. Take action. Don't just lay on the couch. Don't just research what you want to do next and get about the business of fulfilling that and investing in that and leaning into that. Right? You want to move the needle. You want to take the action, but you don't want to overwork yourself. You want to do most of the work in the mental first. And then after you do the work in the mental, then you can focus on, you feel me, the spiritual. Then you can focus on the physical. Once you do the spiritual work, then you can focus on the physical. Right? But most of it is really in the mind. What do you want to do? What do you want to experience? Do you want to go to car shows? Let me tell you something. A lot of things are like, I'm going to be real. A lot of things you never will be exposed to unless somebody bring it into your world. Like, it's called like a timeline shift. Like, you're in your own timeline and you're in your day-to-day. Like, for instance, I used to love chicken tenders and fries every time I go out. Until I started hanging around other people who order different things. And I started to be like, oh, I can order pasta, or I can order this. Because I'm just so used to in my mind chicken tenders and fries. So sometimes you never really are introduced into new experiences until other people bring it into your world. But sometimes that won't happen until you do the work in the mental to bring that to you, right? It's called magnetism. It's literally science. It's metaphysics. You send out a signal of I want to experience new things, and those new things are first going to come to you on the screen, and then they're going to come to you in the physical reality. It don't always come in that order, but you get the idea. You want to relentlessly move the needle. Another principle, the power of your words. I don't know if you can see this. The power of your words and repetition. You feel me? The power of your words and repetition. Let me tell you. When you speak, when I'm speaking to you, it's power in what I'm saying. The vibration of my voice is going to resonate in somebody's soul. There's power in words. You talk on something and you combine it with repetition, saying it over and over and over, you're creating a reality for that to shift. You hear me? So I know a lot of people who claim that they will never be in a relationship. You know, guys ain't shit, females ain't shit. You're creating that reality in your world. Everything is a belief. This world has been built on beliefs, on paradigms. So whatever you believe to be true is what's true for you. So what are you speaking into your life, or what are you not speaking into your life that's setting you up for failure? But you know that. You know that already. Stop playing. You know. Law of attraction. Hey, law of attraction, everything you feel comes to you. Own that shit. You keep complaining. You keep naysaying. You keep doubting. You keep overthinking. Own that shit. Everything that comes into your world, own it. There's a time where I used to watch pornography and I used to feel certain emotions after watching it as if I did not create this reality. I created the experience of that's the enemy. I created the experience of watching that on the internet and then feeling these emotions from it, because I'm thinking that, oh, it's bad for me, oh, it's negative for me, because I'm thinking that, versus watching it and just letting it go or minimizing my attraction to it or whatever the case might be. I'm choosing what comes into my world through law of attraction. But I will say, sometimes I be feeling a desire just to feel something different. You feel me? Like, if you at peace all the time, watching a movie, chilling, kicking it, doing what I'm doing, sometimes I do want a little thrill. I do want a little adventure, but it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be artificial. It could be a car show. It could be going out and meeting different people. It could be going to the cafe, going downtown. I have been doing different things to feel that energy in me, because I realize I have options. I'm attracting everything that I think. Everything that I think can create emotional conviction in. Hey y'all, all in all, own your energy. Stop letting the world around you own you. You cannot continue to operate in that frequency. If you're connected to my message, if you're connected to my tribe, you cannot allow that bullshit to interfere in your destiny and to interfere into your purpose, into your passion. I've seen on the internet that we have on average about 4,000 weeks in this realm, in this physical space. What are you doing week after week that's owning you in comparison to you owning your energy? This world will eat you up alive if you do not own your energy. So when you are mentally focused and mentally stimulated with your physical world, and you're not going within yourself, which is the first principle of owning your energy, it's going to be bad news for you. Hey man, we setting the tone. I hope you gain some knowledge from this. I hope you gain some insight from this. You're bigger than what you think. You have a lot of power in you. You have a lot of truth in you. I'm looking dead at you. Whoever this is, you made it to the end of the message. You are more powerful than what you think. Don't minimize yourself because nobody else is affirming it around you. Don't minimize yourself because you don't see your worth at that job. Don't minimize yourself because you don't see the worth in your reality, that because you don't see the results that you're fostering internally. Keep pushing, keep evolving, and keep doing the mental work, because that is what's going to take you from level to level to level. And you're going to reflect and look back after you invested 3 years of staying relentlessly consistent that it all paid off. Because guess what? The 3 years is gonna go by regardless. Hey, when you get better spiritually, everything else get better. We setting the tone. Until next time.